pressure. Things are going to get a little hot. People are going to say bad things about Daniel. And understand this in being faithful. To mischaracterize you, aren't going to do everything they can to get you fired, aren't going to be mean. Here, these other princesses are, and so they're going to be underhanded. Verse number 4. Then the president against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault, for his. Get that word out. We've been talking about it over and over again. What is he? There was a fault found. Here's a critical figure, and there's no corruption. I wish that were true in our world today. Just doesn't seem like it. But that doesn't change us. Maybe there's someone like Daniel that God's placed in Washington, D.C. And that'd be wonderful. And we ought to pray for them. But Daniel didn't find anything. I mean, he's squeaky clean. Verse number 5. And said these men, we shall not find any occasion against him, except we find it against him concerning the law of God. He's above reproach. We've looked in his closet. There are just no skeletons that we can fabricate about him. He's faithful to his God. That's what they said. The only thing that we know that he's going to do is be faithful to his God. Verse number 6. Then these presidents and princesses assembled together to the king and said thus to the king, King Darius, live forever. Here's a common thing. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princesses. Underline that first word, all. We'll get back to it. Counselors and the captains have consulted together too, and that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. They said, all the presidents. No, they're liars. Was Daniel consulted? No, Daniel wasn't consulted. And I bet they didn't consult all of them either. They're just a bunch of liars. Then they said, to establish a royal statute and make a firm decree. They're going to get this on paper, and there are not going to be any loopholes. They have got this. No way is Daniel going to all of a sudden slip out to the side. Verse number 8. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writings, the law, that it may be not changed according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. Wherefore King Darius signed the writings and the decree. These fellows come together and says, O king, live forever. You're the best. We want to make you God for 30 days. Think about that. In music, we have what we call, one-hit wonders. They have one song, and we laugh about them, and maybe we like their songs, but they're one-hit wonders. Hey, king, live forever. We want you to be a one-hit wonder. 30 days, we're going to celebrate you as God. Then after that, not so much. What's that all about? But Darius, just hearing that these people want to treat me as a god, why, his pride gets lifted up. They're liars. Do they want to treat him as a god? No. They want to get rid of Daniel. And they're going to use the king's pride to do it. So the pressure is on. What's Daniel going to do? Verse number 10. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his window being opened in his chamber towards Jerusalem, he knelt upon his knee 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God as he did aforetime. And these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God. What did Daniel do under pressure? He did what he always did. He went and prayed. When he had chapter number 2 and he had this dream, he had to answer and understand and explain and even know what the dream was. What does he go back to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? And he says, let's pray. And he does it here again. He's not afraid. In verse number 10 through 15, Daniel was faithful spiritually. Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree? And every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions. Didn't you sign that? The king answered and said, the thing is true, according to the laws of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. All right, we've got you now, king. Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity, we use the term they're anti-Semitic. They hate Jews. That's them. God's blessing them. Regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition